All right, what's going on, brothers? Hopefully everything's going good. Hopefully everything's going well for you guys. All right, brothers, as you can look, it says 23% of young black women now identify as bisexual. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna talk about this, brother, because a lot of brothers ain't making this connection. If they is, I haven't seen nobody make it. Brothers, women are gaslighting, especially black women. Every time anything a so-called black man, anything a black man do, he's what? He's gay. What are they doing? They gaslighting. It's topsy turvy. Oh, he's a groomer. No, they're groomers. The world's upside down. Whatever they include, you ever heard that saying? Whatever you say about me, bounce off me, sticks to you like glue. Bounce off me like rubber, stick to you like glue. I guarantee you 95% of the time that's what it is. Especially in the so-called black community. I'm telling you. The world's upside down. That's all it is topsy-turvy. And the reason why black women are talking about this gay stuff so much, brothers, is because that they're gay. The women who are saying this stuff are gay. You notice the women, oh, they sassy. They don't got no man. Oh, it's because they sassy. They're gay. Princella, you know what I mean? And a lot of these women, man, you can, in my opinion, I can sense, I can kind of pick up, or I suspect of their masculinity. A lot of these women who are manless, I'm talking about beautiful women. Now, I can understand a man not having a woman. Why? Because it's a lot harder for him. He's probably getting shot down left and right. But I'm telling you, man, you ever see these women? You see them on social media, you talking about, man, she's not bad looking. I know a lot of guys would love to, to try to be around her, at the very least, have sex with her. You know, that's why it's always, even back in the days, it was always look crazy like, damn, why she ain't got no man? I've never heard them. I never really heard them say that about men because I think a lot of women and men know that it's just not that easy for a man as it is for a woman, right? But a lot of women are bisexual. Now look at this. The LGBTQ, only one group has increased significantly over the years. This is only in 2019. Not that far off. Who's the biggest increase out of all the LGBTQ? Bisexual women. Now let's check this out. We're going to get here. All right, but in the research, let's check it out. As a sociologist who studies sexuality, we notice how more and more women are reporting that they're bisexual. And brothers, I've seen it a lot in the black community. How many black women, but go on Facebook and see how many black women got that pride flag. But at least two of the girlfriends I've been with are support homosexuality. One of them I know have messed with. Actually, I know quite a few of them have messed with women. I know quite a few of the girls I've messed with have messed with women. All right. So check this out. But in the most recent survey, one subset stood out. 23% of black women in 18 to 34 age group identified as bisexual, a proportion that's nearly 3 times higher than it was a decade ago. What forces might be fueling this shift, and what can learn from it? Bisexuality among women is on the rise. In the 10 years that the General Social Survey has included a question on sexual identity, rates of identification among gay men, lesbian women, and bisexual men in the U.S. haven't changed much. So the gay men, all that stuff, the lesbians, that stuff hasn't changed much. And it does make sense, especially in the black community. But I'm willing to bet you, it's a good chance you had a girlfriend who was once in a lesbian relationship. Like I said, I know quite a few of my girls have. They admitted it to me. Brothers, no joke. I remember I had an argument. Show you this nothing new on the sun. We talking about as early as 2014. I had an argument with one of my girlfriends because she said if a man sleep with a man, he's gay. But if a woman sleep with a woman, she's not gay. I'm like, she is gay. I'm like, if a man is gay, if a man sleep with a man and he's gay, then if a woman sleep with a woman, she's gay. That's what I was trying to tell her. I was like, look, because she's like, well, she was saying that a woman can come back. I'm like, well, okay, because and one first thing, no, I'm gonna say this. I should have never even gotten into the argument. It's something she brung home. I don't know what she was trying to prove. You know, women, man. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to watch the damn. I think I was trying to watch. It wasn't a football game, but I was trying to watch something on TV. Yeah, I'm just trying to chill. You know what I mean? And she brung this up. I'm like, and my dumb ass fell for it. And we went back. We didn't go into an argument, but we went back and forth. And I was just like, and I remember thinking when we was going back and forth, I was thinking like, what am I doing? I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever. And I started watching, and she like, I want to keep talking about it. No, I don't want to keep talking about this mess. I can care less. Cause she was in a gay relationship. She was, you know what I mean? She actually even told me that she was the guy. And she told me, she said, you hear what girls are saying now? She said that back then. This is nothing new. She's like, man, it was, she wanted to be a feminine woman. You know what I'm saying? She wanted a man to lead her. She didn't say the word feminine, but she said she wanted a man to lead her. She said it was exhausting and tiring trying to, be the leader or whatever. But anyway, in the 10 years that the General Social Survey has included a question of sexual identity rates, identification among gay men, blah, blah, blah. Bisexual identified women, on the other hand, account for virtually all the growth among those who say they're lesbian, gay, or bisexual. Of all the women who responded to the 2018 survey, more than 1 in 8 identified as bisexual. 1 decade ago, only 1 in 65 did. So they have increased. Notice, it's very suspicious. Not saying there's a correlation, but I think it's very interesting. I'm not a conspiracy, but their homosexuality rate goes up, and what now everything a man do is gay goes up. Cause all my years of living, brothers, I've never heard that much. Are you gay? He must be gay. I've heard it a few times in the '90s and stuff like that, but now it's more so widespread. In the '90s, early 2000s, you might catch it here and there, woo woo woo. You know what I'm saying? But now it's almost everything a man do is out of there. Now look at this chart, brother. Just look at the chart. Who will increase the most? Bisexual women. Look at the rise of that. Gay men has actually went down. Bisexual men has went down. Look at the rise of that, man. Golly. That's a big rise. All right, check this out. The most dramatic shift among bisexual identified women is happening among young people. In the 2018 sample, more than 1 in 8 women from the ages 18 to 35 identified as bisexual. There were more than twice as many young female bisexuals as there were young lesbian, gay men, and bisexual men combined. Godly. Which makes a lot of sense to why you have a lot of studs complaining about women too. I mean, that's another thing I've heard with studs. As early as, I would say, 2008 and 7. Brother, it was actually a stud I knew, no joke, man. She actually went back to women. Went back to men. This stuff is nothing new. I'm being honest with you, brothers. We lost contact with her. I lost contact with her, no joke. She used to make, I'm being honest, FL Studio, she used to make beats. I was making beats back then too, so we used to exchange, like back then the thing was, hey man, I picked up something new, so we'll exchange drums and, sounds and kits, stuff like that. That was real big in the 7s to the 10 era. But anyway, she even told me, I'll never forget it. She said she had got tired of dealing with her girl. And she went back to men. The last time I saw her, brother, the man she was talking to was she wasn't a man. She was talking about she was going back to men. No joke. And there was a dude in her house, and she said that was her ex-boyfriend. I'm like, what? No joke. I was like, okay, whatever, man. All right, but and she was complaining about women. All right, so that's a large shift. And it all happened in a relatively short period of time. Add race to the figure, and you'll see that young black women in particular account for a disproportionate share of this shift. A few years ago, we wrote about how approximately 18% of young black women identified as lesbian or bisexual in the 2016 General Social Survey sample. That rate was more than 2 times higher than, than for white women or other racial groups, and almost 4 times higher than for men of any racial group. 4 times higher than any male of any racial group. You saw they're the biggest increase, right? And more than 23% of young black women identified as lesbian or bisexual, and the majority of that change can be accounted for bisexual identifying black women. You see, look at this. Now look at this. Look at all the race. You got white bisexual, black lesbians, white lesbians. Look at blacks. Black bisexual women. They're the highest growth of any LGBTQ. In other trends, black women also lead the way. Data like these help us to establish a shift is occurring, but they don't really explain why it's happening. Exploring why requires different methods. All right, whatever. All right, but here, consider a gender gap in college attendance. As early as 1980, black women began to outpace black men in completion of 4-year college. It was a decade ago, like this. Whatever, man. Anyway, black women right there, brothers. I'm going to end it right there. So what is that telling you? That they're gaslighting. The women who are saying you're gay, they must be gay, they're gay. I'm willing to bet you that they have had a bisexual encounter. Tell you the truth, brother, in my honest opinion, of course I can't say all black women, but a lot of black women have had a homosexual encounter more so than men. They have the biggest increase. And who is the biggest supporter of them? Women. It makes sense, especially black women. Black women are hanging with gay people all day, but she ain't gay. Ain't that a... Let you hang with gay people. First thing they'll say, he gay. Why would they say that, brothers? I'm talking about black women to say that because that's what they'll do. They'll be like, well, shit. That's why they say that shit, girl. I know I hang with gay guys because I'm gay myself. I'm going to the clubs. I'm being with girls. That's probably that's what they doing. I used to always wonder, like, why is y'all hanging with these gay men going to gay clubs? You know, I should wonder why they were doing that type of stuff. And even, brothers, even as early, and I'm going to give you another, I'm being real, show you there's nothing to understand. Brothers in the 90s, you know, because we all got homosexual family members. A homosexual family member of mine, which is a male, was knocking these girls off in the 90s. In the 90s. Everybody knew what he was. Everybody knew what he was. So that show you this stuff is nothing new. He was knocking them girls off, man. And everybody knew what he was. Even the girls knew what he was. You know what I'm saying? So and even back then, brothers, I saw studs messing with men in the 90s. Back then they called them bull daggers. In the 90s, this stuff is nothing new, brothers. It's nothing new. There's a lot of freaky deaky stuff going on. But anyway, brothers, that's it. The so-called black women are gaslighting you. They're the ones who are gay. That's all it is, man. It's the world topsy-turvy. What they say, it's the oldest trick in the book, man. I'm surprised black men ain't made this connection. They're the ones gay, but they're going to say that you are to take the attention that they're not gay. Of course they want to shame us, but they're the ones gay. I guarantee the black women who will say that stuff are gay. I guarantee you, what's her name? Glorilla has had, I'm willing to bet you, if Glorilla tell the truth, or I won't be surprised if it comes out some girl has had some type of intercourse or some type of gay sexual encounter with Glorilla. And it was happening back then, just a lot of guys looked over it. A lot of guys look over it, and they still look over it. Oh, my girl got a girlfriend. A lot of black men thought that was a so-called flex, and it's not. It's not. Every brother I know who encountered that, what their girl was messing with girls, always been problems, 100% of the time. Every black man I've encountered who has experienced that, like, man, it's a problem, man. You know, woo. You know, I think we're gonna do a threesome. That girl don't want to mess with me. Next thing I know, she just, you know what I mean? Every black man I talked to who experienced that said it was number problems. Number problems. You understand what I'm saying? I'm out. Peace.